We live in a world where I feel like just about everybody eats out at every single meal, and it's gotten us into a lot of trouble. It's why I made this channel to begin with. 3/4 of the population is overweight or obese. We're on meds to control cholesterol, blood pressure, so many other things that we could fix just by eating a healthy diet.
Simply put, we just don't eat out that much, and we're gonna tell you 5 reasons why we don't. Restaurant culture is really insane. I feel like it's the main thing that people go to do for entertainment these days.
It has become like the concert. You know, it used to be you do it before the concert. Now the restaurant is like the show just as much as the show. I don't know if everybody has this, but I had like a FOMO, like if there's a new restaurant, you gotta go there. All the hip spots in town, binge eat after binge eat. There were times like a Sunday brunch when we would like hop from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant like all day long eating.
What about just having it be normalized as just like daily routine things? Oh, I'm gonna go through the drive-thru before work, and I'm gonna go out to lunch with my friends. Dinner on the way home, I'll just grab something, no big deal.
I feel like cooking culture is like in trouble.
Yeah.
But we're bringing it back. So let's talk about the 5 reasons why we put all that restaurant FOMO feelings, that fear of missing out in our past. And we have honestly loved it. What is your reason number 1, Reeves, for staying out of those restaurants?
Honestly, the food makes us feel terrible. Especially if you're on a good groove with your diet. It's almost great to get that punishment feeling of a meal out afterwards, because then you just don't want to do it again.
When you're used to it, you might not feel as bad along the way. When you are used to a healthy diet like the one that we eat, the Well Your World way of eating, you are accustomed to that, and it becomes way more of an impact when you do actually go eat out and eat some kind of junky thing. So when we do eat out, we try to keep it at least on the healthier side.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be some added oil or salt and sugar and things like that? Yeah, but we can also like not order the deep fried whatever.
Also, after you eat a big meal out, you have that like really tired feeling and that like, pit in your stomach. And I don't know about you, but I don't really feel like doing the next part of the excursion, because I'm like, I kind of need to
like
lay
tired.
down and take a nap.
Your mouth feel after is disruptive to me because you're not used to that slick, oily feeling in your mouth. And it's funny because they tout that as like a positive mouthfeel experience. But when you're used to eating healthy, you don't want to feel that anymore. You want to feel like you can taste the actual food, and you feel the textures and the flavors of the real food ingredients, and then those aftertastes that stick around are really nice. I ate that hummus pasta today, and boy, is it delicious, and I can taste it in my mouth, and I love the aftertaste.
I don't think I'm exposing you too much here, but Dylan will eat 3 to 4 big bowls of food. We might feel physically stuffed, but we never feel sick or like, oh, I can't go run in the grass with my kids right now. It's a really nice satiating feeling.
It's actually hard to even get that full in a restaurant, I feel like, which leads us to reason number 2. It's super expensive to eat in restaurants, and I end up having to order like at least 2 entrees because I'm used to eating so much food at home. The healthy food that promotes my health, doesn't cause me to gain weight.
Restaurants have no idea that whole starch, unadulterated with oils and margarines and things like that, should be the centerpiece. So they always bring these like fancy vegetables that just like don't hit the spot. You've consumed like way more calories because they're coated in oil, but you're like, wait, I'm hungry. I didn't have enough.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but once in a while we'll try some other like ultra fancy place because somebody in a Facebook group or something said, oh, they have lots of plant-based options and they'll do a great job. And then we'll take a chance, but thinking those are the best chefs. I know they'll be able to make something like on the healthier side that's got real food ingredients in it, because that's what they all say, right? Is this real food, scratch cooking, this and that. A few months ago, it was like my birthday. We spent like hundreds of dollars on this meal that was all of the regular standard American food with the meat and cheese removed. So we ate no calories and spent a fortune. I couldn't believe it. You never win eating out at a restaurant. Don't go there with an expectation that you're gonna be able to eat compliant food. That's one of the most common questions we get is like, how can I eat out? Answer is, you can't. You can do better than some restaurants, but you're not gonna find actual healthy food in most places in the country. We make the food instead, and it saves us, I'm sure, hundreds of dollars. These days, it would be even more than that.
Reason number 3 is our way of cooking even though it's super simple, actually just tastes so much better.
It's way more satisfying.
Way more satisfying. Like I said, we actually get the starches in and they're clean and they're not coated in oil. You can actually taste the flavor of the food and I just love it. Lately we've been cooking really simple dishes with not that many ingredients and it just lets the ingredients shine.
When you become accustomed to a certain way of eating and then you go let somebody else just totally do the opposite of that, it doesn't end up actually feeling that fulfilling to you. You don't feel like you got the reward from this little treat divergence from your normal routine or plan. It might like taste good in the moment you're biting it, but immediately after you feel like regret. It's not even delicious. Whereas our food, like you said earlier, you get full and you still feel great.
And you get to keep your self-esteem. You don't feel that regret and you feel really proud that you were able to eat a delicious meal at home. It's a win-win-win situation.
It's best if you do go to a restaurant or you are gonna eat something that you know isn't part of your healthy diet, to do it with intention or with a plan in mind so that it doesn't feel like a last minute mistake or a choice that you're gonna regret. For your own mental health, try not to do it on a whim and to be like, okay, we have a date night next week, we're gonna try this out, probably will be a bad time, we're gonna go. You know what I mean though? Like you're actually planning on it so it doesn't feel like you messed up or you slipped up. But still don't even do that often, okay? What's another reason, Reeves, for staying out of those restaurants?
Well, sometimes it can really just knock us off our routine. I mean, like the moral hangover of eating out aside, sometimes it can hijack your taste buds and then you're craving that food and you find yourself saying, oh, well, I went out on Friday, I might as well get another meal out on Saturday. And while I messed up on Saturday, let's do Sunday.
I'll just get better on Monday.
And it's just way easier to just stay to your like healthy streak and just keep on it.
Find something else that's fun to do. Find another way to spend your money and you won't feel that break from routine. And by the way, a great line from one of you recently is, you crave what you eat. So if you eat the garbage on Friday night, then you're gonna crave it on Saturday and you're gonna crave it on Sunday. Then you gotta go through that 3 or 4 day period of like thinking about that unhealthy food, kind of wanting more, even though it made you feel bad, but the richness in your taste buds is like telling you want more and your cravings. It can really throw you off your routine. It can make it really hard to get back on track for some people, especially if you do it a whole bunch of meals in a row because of this.
And it hijacks your taste buds, so your home cooked meal that's perfectly healthy might not taste as good the next day when you've had a restaurant the night before. And that's a little discouraging because then you have to adapt back to our way of eating.
It doesn't take very many unhealthy bites of food to realign your taste buds to that. You can get over it, you know, in a matter of a few days, but it's still like a hard few days and you're having to battle it and you're having to actually think about it. You want to be able to not think about food. That's the great thing about the way we eat, is it's not so rich that it's always on your mind. You feel it when you get an appetite, when you're hungry and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go home and make something, but you're not like at work working on something important and you're getting distracted by the thoughts of food that I feel like was quite common for me when I was eating a lot, drinking a lot. And that's another issue, is when you eat out, you tend to drink out. It can be really problematic for people. But there's another reason, Reeves, to stay out of those restaurants.
What is it, Dill?
It's awkward. It is so awkward to eat out when you eat like us, especially when other people are around, but not even just dealing with servers. At that fancy restaurant, the server is giving us this food and acting like he's gonna make our day. Like, wow, you guys must have loved that. You didn't leave a bit of food on your plate. Well, yeah, there's no food.
Meanwhile, I'm like trying not to just literally laugh at them. And so I'm just like, wow, looks great.
That one restaurant I was talking about earlier, he was like that the most I've seen in a while. Like, yeah. Pretty good, huh? Let's talk about in front of other people. Try to order something, I'll have this, but take off this and that. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, why did you do that? Because I think most people just order a menu item.
Or they're just gonna look at your plate and say, aren't you hungry? Or just salad today?
The further away from a salad you go in a restaurant, the more unhealthy it's gonna be. So it ends up being that everyone thinks we just eat salad. Save your self-esteem and that awkwardness and just don't go to the restaurant and don't deal with it, you know? There are times times when we do go out. So let's shift and talk about the reasons that we will go out.
Well, sometimes you just have an obligatory family or work event and you have to go. And those are the times that you should be going. And you shouldn't be going when you're bored on a Thursday night.
Good point. Make sure it is a special occasion or something you really feel like you can't get out of, because the more you do this, the further you are away from your routine inherently, and it's really hard to make a real habit out of eating the healthy food. And that's why we're all here, is because we're trying to improve our health by eating healthy food. So a special occasion type of thing, okay, fine. But some people, even that will derail them. If you're a person who knows you need to stay away from restaurants, or you're figuring that out, don't go for anything, not even a special occasion. Why else might we go to a restaurant?
Because the boys ask for sushi.
Yeah, we'll go. That's one restaurant where we'll go if we are like a little tired, because it's not so unhealthy. Like, you can eat the veggie sushi and it's the rice and the veggies. You're getting kind of a lot of salt probably from soy sauce or things if you're doing that. But the kids do love sushi and edamame. That is a saltier meal, but at least it's not drenched in oil and all kinds of stuff like that. But it can be hard to even go to a Japanese restaurant because they have the tempura on the menu too, right next to the sushi. And then I'm like, oh.
And they have the sweet potato that's deep fried, that's in the roll, and then you're like, well, I'm here, I might as well order it.
Yeah, we're pretty good about not giving in to that, but most people, I think, have a challenge with that. And we do sometimes too. I'm not saying we're just like immune to all this. No, we get into trouble. Back at the beginning of the year, I made that video about how my cholesterol went up, and I got into trouble because we were indulging a little too often. So it happens to the best of us. Don't get down on yourself and feel bad. Just understand the points that you're feeling and experiencing are probably things we've brought up here today, which means you're a normal person that is going through the same struggles as we all are on our quest for great health. Don't beat yourself up over it, but try to improve every time. If you screw up, get right back on the next meal, not 3 days later, and you will improve over time. I hate to say it, but you will become more skillful at getting back on track the more times you screw up, but I don't want you to take that as a pass for screwing up a whole bunch of times. Join us in our Well Your World community in our Facebook group. Join our membership where we do live cooking shows with you interactive in the chat. And in the near future, we are going to do in-person events too, so we can get to know you in person, and you'll form a new friends group with all the people at those gatherings, and we so look forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
Thanks for watching. Stay out of those restaurants. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.